Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And Ireland have just beaten France 32 points to 19. A really impressive performance from the host, which I think have very much put them in the in the driving seat, really, of the Six Nations. You know, having beaten Wales last week quite comfortably, a bonus point victory now against France, the world number one, who will stay number one. In fact, they'll improve their ranking quite significantly. Looked like a side playing with confidence to be any side, really. And I think, we always talk about how Ireland are a team that peaked too early for the World Cup. Just seeing improvement from them, to be honest. I'm seeing a system and I'm seeing a team where players can slot in, slot out, come in, come out, and just look really good and be able to beat pretty much any team on the planet. So I was really impressed with what I saw. France, there'll be a couple of good takeaways. I think the defense, colossal defensive effort, just, you've got to have the ball sometimes. You can't defend for 80 minutes. And I think they did well in that France had a pretty poor day, to be honest. I don't think they played particularly well, and yet found themselves 90 points against the world number ones. So it's interesting to sort of look from that perspective. Before we look at the stats and stuff, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. It was a fantastic first half. We got more than a point a minute, starting with the first three-pointer from Thomas Ramos before Hugo Keenan went over. A terrific try, really well created. Finley beat him inside ball. Hugo Keenan cutting through like a hot knife through butter and going all the way in the 9th minute. Sexton adding the extras before Thomas Ramos adds a third. Penno with a really good counter-attack try. France were actually a bit nowhere, and all of a sudden the field kind of just opened up for the winger, who combined with Charles Olivon to eventually get the ball back and go all the way himself. That was in the 17th minute. Thomas Ramos adding the extra two. James Lowe then went over. A bit of a controversial one because they had to have a look in terms of his leg had actually gone out, and on the two angles, the referee panel deciding it hadn't gone out, and then all of a sudden after the kickoff, there was an alternative angle, and people asking, well, where was that angle during the match? But look, to be honest, other people saying that there was a no arms tackle in that attempted try. So for whatever reason, the try did stand. Antonio then got a yellow card in the 25th minute. And they really did manage to sort of hit home then at Ireland, as Andrew Porter went over in the 26th minute to make it 17 points to 13. Sexton adding the conversion. However, France just sort of stuck with them the entire game. And 33 minutes, Thomas Ramos, another three-pointer. And then on the break of half-time, 22 points, 16. Sexton adding an extra 3 to make it 22 points, 16 at half-time. It took quite a long time in the second half before we got our first points. Ross Byrne started what I thought was a very impressive cameo in the 59th minute by adding an extra 3. Thomas Ramos then added a bit of a drop goal, something out of nothing, just 2 minutes later to cut that deficit back down to 6. Then Gary Ringrose, ball out wide. He had so much to do, handed off, I think it was Jalabert, and then got around a couple of players. Brilliant try from him to get the bonus point. Ross Byrne adding the conversion as well to make the final point, 32 points. 219. If we look at some of the stats, 56 possession for Ireland, 64% territory. I thought that was something they did really well. I thought Ross Byrne came on and managed the game to perfection. A couple of kicks in behind, just sort of continued pinning France back. They were never really allowed to go into the game. 4 tries to 1. We look at the meters. Ireland running 640, France 563. France being 34 defenders to Ireland's 22. In fact, I thought Ireland's defense was actually pretty poor. Thankfully, it didn't match too much. But Ireland had more gain line carries, more passes, fewer offloads, but more turnovers. 35 kicks from hand from Ireland, 33 from France. Almost 70 kicks out of hand throughout the match. Ireland made 105 of 139 tackles at a 76% tackle success rate, which is pretty poor. France, on the other hand, made 220 out of 242 tackles, a 91% tackle success rate. Each side missing 1 kick, a goal. The rucks were pretty straightforward. I thought the Irish line was pretty poor, 6 out of 9. It says here that the France were at they did lose the line, so that is wrong. But their general line was generally a lot better than the Irish one. The scrums were pretty even, to be honest. We didn't see too much from the scrums. 6 penalties conceded from Ireland and 6 from France. And then the yellow card from France. We look at individual performances. From an Irish perspective, I was really impressed with James Ryan, who made 17 tackles and 8 carries. Didn't miss a single tackle. Caelan Doris walked away with the man of the match. He made 15 carries and 8 tackles. Didn't miss a couple, but was really in touch with the ball in hand. Hugo Keenan ran a whopping 182 meters gained. 1 defender beaten, 2 clean breaks, 1 offload. I thought that he was very good with ball in hand. James Lowe as well, running plenty of meters. I thought Gary Ringrose had a bit of a quiet game, but even a quiet game for Gary Ringrose managed to find something. McCloskey as well, a bit of a quiet game. Other players, I thought they were pretty impressive. Ty Byrne looked pretty good before he had to go off, putting in a big shift. Finley Beelum making plenty of tackles. Andrew Porter as well, always quite heavily involved. In terms of the French effort, I thought that Charles Oullivan was industrious. He made 22 tackles, missing just 7 carries. Anthony Delanche as well, making plenty of tackles there. And I thought the French backline was a little bit... just a bit stagnant, not stagnant, but maybe just didn't quite gel together. They didn't sort of create enough, and I thought Intermac didn't have as much influence on the game as he normally would. But I want to know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching. I'll chat to you soon.